Hi Gemini, I am your Empress Divine. You're watching the Empress Divine Channel, where I channel messages straight from Mother Universe and Father God down here to the Divine Feminine. And I do read for the Divine Feminine only. This is our space, okay? All right. Y'all, this is a reading for the Saturn and Pluto conjunction in Capricorn. It was exact January 12th around 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but who's counting? Gemini, we want to know, conjunction junction, what's your function? This transit asks you, what are you here for? And what are you doing to complete the mission that you came here to fulfill? What obstacles are you allowing to step in your way, or what ways can you discipline yourself to remain more consistent in following your path here in this life? Okay? So we're going to explore all of these things and see what's going on, starting off with the guidance message. This is just the overlying message for the whole reading, and then we'll get into tarot, talking about, things that apply just to you, because it's always ladies first here, and then we'll talk about love and all of that, love and such. So we have Be Strong. I love this card because Sekhmet is my deity, okay? Be strong. You are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. I feel like you have been selling yourself short, Gemini Feminine. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. You can put up this front. You can put up this front like you have it all together, like everything is okay. When inside, you just want to take a nap. Gemini, you don't have to front for nobody. Because you are it, honey. You are it. You are good. You are strong. You're going to be happy. If you're worried about whether or not you're going to be happy, if you're worried about whether or not you're going to miss out on something, stop worrying. You're good. You just have to be strong. You have to be sure of yourself. You have to be open to receiving what it is that you know you deserve. And it takes a strong self-worth. It takes a lot of self-work to understand this. And as you deal with your shadow self, you're just asked to be strong. When you start to see, some characteristics of yourself that maybe you don't like, or you're starting to encounter parts of yourself that make you feel uncomfortable, you have to just trust you, okay? And continue, like it says, to be strong. You're stronger than you think you are. You can get through a lot of things. You can overcome a lot of things. Maybe there's some triggers in your life that you felt you cannot overcome. Maybe there was some pain in your life that you felt you could not overcome. But I'm seeing that you absolutely can. Justice at the bottom of the deck. Everything is going to be okay. Your mind. See, the Magician card is associated with both Geminis and Virgos because it's a very mental card. The Magician has a lot going on in their mind. And with the Magician and the King of Swords and the Ace of Swords, there's been a battle within your mind. Any struggle that you have in the physical, it all starts with the mind. And this card is saying that you're stronger than you think you are. Thinking is with the mind. So you have insecurities, Gemini, that you need to get over. And I feel like you are starting to conquer them with this Saturn-Pluto conjunction. You're coming into an awareness that sometimes your mind is your own worst enemy. You're your own worst critic. That you stop yourself. That you halt yourself from being the fullness of who you really should be. Just your mind. Literally nothing else is in your way. There's so much open space, so much abundance, so much limitlessness around you with these cards here, Gemini Feminine, and it's still like you'll hold yourself back sometimes, but there's a victory coming. A victory is coming. Something is about to happen that will let you know that, you know what, I can put my foot down and I'll be all right. I can stand 10 toes down in what it is that I want. I can say what it is that I want and get it. Or I can say what it is that I want. I can do what it is that I want to do. I can think how it is that I want to think. I can be my individual, independent thinking self. And what other people have to say about me or how other people try to come against me won't break me. At the end of the day, I'll still be okay. You're learning that here at this Saturn-Pluto conjunction. A lot of times you live in this state of defense. You're ready for someone to try to tear you down. You could almost be like expecting people to try to get over on you. But I feel like you're getting ready to move out of that phase of life because you start to trust yourself so much that you don't have to be on guard. That you can relax a little bit. Some of the stress that you just kind of harbor on the inside, just worrying about if things will turn out right, or worrying about if you're good enough, worrying about how people will perceive you. A lot of those things you can start to let go of because you start to trust in yourself more. This is a very spiritual time for you, Gemini, I feel. A very spiritual time, a very meditative time where you just really are getting your mind right. If you're kind of away from people right now, that's okay too, because this is going to be, it's going to be temporary first and foremost, because I do see you getting ready to put yourself more so out there and being able to connect more with people. But before you do that, you just need to get your mind right. And you want to get your mind right, and you want to be in tip-top shape mentally. You want to be thinking on your feet and not allowing, crippling memories or old trauma to have you stuck. You want to have a clear and fresh mind so that you can be present in each and every moment. Also, I feel like the way you talk to yourself is changing, and because your self-talk is changing, your whole communication style itself is changing. Like maybe you won't be as negative, or you won't be as confrontational. Be a lot more friendly, not even trying to be friendly, but more cordial, not as abrasive, a more free-flowing person. Maybe not bitchy, because some people have accused Gemini of being bitchy. Just more cooperative, that's it. I think it's a more of cooperative stance that you're able to take when you kind of work through some of your triggers or some of the things that you kind of just are holding on to. Because sometimes you just have your sword up just to have it up. Sometimes you have your guard up just to have it up. And it comes from those shadow side things that you need to work on. But I feel like a lot of those things will be highlighted around this time, late December through to early February. You'll have a good chance to see things for what they truly are, and to see yourself for who you truly are, and to work on the things that you may have your guard up against. A lot of times people keep their guard up because they don't feel strong inwardly, but you will have the opportunity to work on your strength inwardly. You have already started working on your strength inwardly, then you'll just see things to start to move more easily. Your communication style to start being more easy, more cooperative. You'll also start getting more people agreeing with you. Everything won't be such an argument. Even though I feel like some Geminis just like to debate and argue. But for those who would rather not, you'll be more, you'll be more cool, more just chill, All right, so let's move into your love space. Gemini feminines, love life, relationships, marriage, sexual relations, soulmate, twin flame. Love life for the Gemini. Love life for the Gemini. Love life for the Gemini. All right. Okay, I'll take you. Oh yeah, that card wasn't going back in the deck. I think, Gemini, you are getting ready to try out this little thing called vulnerability. You are getting ready to try it out. You say, let me just take this little concept for a spin. Let me try it out for a little bit. Let me see what's happening with this vulnerability thing. And you have to be strong inwardly to be vulnerable. It takes a very strong person to be vulnerable. And I think you are reaching that space. You may tiptoe a little bit. You may tiptoe just a little bit. You ain't gonna dive all the way in. You will start with step one, but baby steps. And I feel that the person that you are beginning to be vulnerable with will receive it with grace and with love. The person that you are dealing with, I feel like they do see you for who you are. They don't see any of your shadow side as the fullness of who you are. Of course, Gemini has those twin personalities. I get it, baby. Go put it on my bed. Excuse me, y'all. People are known, Gemini is known for those twin personalities, but your person sees both sides of you and they don't hold either one against you. Of course, it's easy to not hold the good side against a Gemini, but that dark twin can be a doozy. But whoever you're dealing with, Gemini, I do feel like this person sees the fullness of you. They don't take one side over the other. Your person understands duality. You can be dealing with a spiritual person themselves. Not saying that they're some shaman or, they're into crystals and tarot and all of that. They're just a person who kind of just, goes through life and they live according to spirit, according to how they feel rather than what they are taught. They are very independent minded, I feel, and also forward thinking people, since this card is associated with Aquarius, meaning that they're open minded. They're not the type of people who get on this train and call everybody toxic just because you're not doing what they want you to do. They're much more understanding. Again, this person is very much more open-minded and they have a lot of love to give, and they want to give it to you because, fact of the matter is you make them happy. So it's a matter of you just allowing yourself to receive it, allowing yourself to be nurtured, because I do feel like this person wants to do it for you. When they see you trying to be vulnerable with them, they will 100% accept you. They're not going to be like, well, about time. It won't even be like that. Ain't it beautiful when you can just open up to a person and they not make you feel bad about, the time that it took you to open up? When they can just be, loving to you at all times. That's a beautiful thing. And I feel like that's the energy that you have around you, Gemini feminine. I definitely feel that that's the energy that is around you. Someone who will, nurture you and love you and not hold anything over your head. Ain't nobody trying to hold nothing over your head. They just want to love you. They just want to give to you and they just want you to receive it. Yes, yes, yes. The Three of Wands says that you see it coming. And there's a sense of worry about it. I think you see what's coming. You realize that this is a point in time where the relationship has got to change, or things are about to change or about to shift. Or it could just be that you realize that you're about to have a different approach to the relationship in terms of like you're coming back in with a sense of vulnerability that you didn't have before, which is going to be a very big thing for you. This is a big challenge for you. And it's something that's weighing heavily on your mind. You keep thinking about it over and over and over again because the time has come. It's like, okay, I realize that I'm at this point now, I'm at this age now, I'm at this chapter of my life now where I can go ahead and just open up. But because the fact that you haven't been so vulnerable before in relationships is like, oh, fuck. I have to just open myself completely up and allow the fullness of myself to be seen and examined under people's, microscope. And you may still feel a sense of, wanting to be defensive, but I feel like you also temper that with the knowledge that this is good for you. When you feel like running, when you feel like, oh man, I can't do this, I can't be vulnerable, I can't, when that anxiety starts to get the best of you, because Gemini are very anxious people. I don't care what nobody say. Every Gemini I know, and I've had 2 Gemini best friends, both a male and a female, and a shitload of other ones that just love me because I'm an Aquarius, and Gemini and Aquarius, we click like that. Geminis are nervous people, just like Virgos are nervous people. I don't care what nobody say. Just like Aries are nervous people. And I don't care what nobody say. I don't care. That's just what it is. I can feel it. I can feel the nervous energy rolling off of y'all. Y'all all just handle it differently. But, yeah, Gemini. I understand the anxiety around finally just opening up and showing the fullness of yourself and just trusting and just letting go and not leaving anything to hold up, not any guards to hold up. I understand the anxiety around that, but it's just time. You've just reached this season of life where it's just time. This is part of that Saturn-Pluto conjunction. That's a massive transit that I think the last time that happened was like 500 years ago. And these are the type of things that last for a lifetime. The things that are happening around this period of time from like December 2019 to February 2020, these are things and events that, or themes in your life that last a lifetime. These are lessons that you are learning that will affect your life. And especially with it falling in Capricorn, which is about legacy, status. Capricorn is all about how you are known. When they read that eulogy at your funeral, what will it say? And these are all the type of, that's the profound effect. This is truly the realness about who you are. These are the things that are coming up for us with this Saturn Pluto conjunction. And controlling your need to kind of cover yourself up instead of just allowing yourself to be authentic because of whatever reason. You fear somebody gonna say something bad about you, you have been abused before, you don't want to feel it again, whatever the case may be. There's a lot of anxiety around it, and you may be in a dark place, or you have been in a dark place lately, just trying to think, well, why am I not good enough, or why am I not allowing myself the best that life has to offer? Why am I pulling back from good things? Why am I not allowing myself to be nurtured and loved? You could be dealing with those things. It's like a dark night of the soul that a lot of Geminis have been going through, Gemini feminine specifically. But listen, it's time. It's just time. And, lucky you just happen to be at this point in your life when this Saturn-Pluto conjunction happens in Capricorn. So it's just time for you to come out of feeling that you need to hide anything about yourself, from feelings of unworthiness, from feelings of not ever going to have exactly what you want in a relationship, from feeling like you need to keep your guard up all the time. It's time to just change. The cycle is ending. Something new is afoot here. And if you're so scared about letting your guard down because of what someone else will do for you, shift your focus off of what someone else can do to you or for you and shift it into thinking, this is what I deserve. It's not about what somebody else is going to do to me, because guess what? I'm strong enough to survive it anyway. It's about what I deserve. And I deserve to receive good love. I deserve to be nurtured. I deserve to be cared for and treated tenderly and loved exclusively. And it's here for you, Gemini feminine. The energy is here for you. If you're single, it's getting ready to come. If you're dealing with someone, they want to give this to you. If you're in a marriage, trust in it. It's time for you to really dig through those dark sides of the relationship that have threatened to, tear you down and take fault for the things that are your fault. Accountability is a big thing here, Gemini feminine. Be accountable for what you put out. You can't control what anyone else puts out. And control is a big theme with the Saturn-Pluto conjunction as well. You can't control other people, but you can control what you receive. You can control what you allow yourself to receive. So be strong enough in that knowing to say, you know what, I'm going to take a chance on this because somebody is here. And when you finally show them your true full self, they're not even going to be looking at you like about time. They're going to receive you so gracefully and so lovingly. And you're going to be like, dang, I could have been loving you this whole time. We could have been happily ever after this whole time that I've been holding back. It's really not as bad as you may think it is. Tower moments aren't always bad. Sometimes they're sweet celebratory energy. Okay? So Gemini, that has been your Saturn-Pluto conjunction reading. I love it. Like the video, comment, let me know how it's applying for you in your relationship and in your life. And subscribe if you have not subscribed already. Thank you so much. I love you, Gemini. See you later. Bye.